Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Another episode here on Alma, Missouri. We are in the grass field here that we are combining right now. We got the trees cleared out. Just plowing through some wet ground right here. Probably not the best idea, but that's a good way to ruin a field for you. At least that spot in the field, but that's alright. Yeah, so we're combining these fields right now. We're making our way around the headlands to just kind of figure out what the outline of the field is going to be. We're going to have to trim some trees back there on that spot that we didn't fully clear every tree out from. But it's going to be good to have this field in as a nice arable field. With the new dairy operation, it almost makes me think about just putting it back in the grass, but just reseeding it because it is year 5 and we probably should be reseeding our grass after about 5 years, but I don't think that I would want to reseed a pasture into pasture again, so I think we might actually turn one of our arable fields into pasture ground, and we'll turn this into an arable field. See, this right here almost makes me wish I took that tree out. Not really sure why I chose to keep it, but, you know. Just one of those things. Trying to make a decision on the fly, and for some reason I chose to keep that. I don't know. Strange to me, but whatever. So yeah, that's going to be our job for the evening, pretty much, is just chisel plowing this field up. We are down to 68,000. We did purchase a new drill. Not new to us drill. But yeah, it's a nice upgrade. It's a nice upgrade for us that we should have around for a little bit longer than a year, like a lot of the upgrades that we've been making lately. Especially combines. Seems that we can't hold on to a combine longer than a year. But yeah, and we got to get these bales hauled over to the dairy farm as well. It's definitely something we need to do. Get them inside some storage. I know they're probably not the greatest at this point, but any little bit helps, right? Probably haul that manure spreader down there. Probably gonna need a bigger manure spreader than that. I mean, we're not gonna get into a ton of cows right away because we just need to kind of grow the operation. But I still think that the amount of manure they're gonna produce is gonna be more than what we want to handle with that small deer manure spreader. So I'm thinking like 40 to 50 cows right off the bat. But we actually have to, we have to be able to purchase them, right? And that's kind of my thought is this first half of the year, we'll kind of get our feed situation set up. And then we don't have the field create on. And then we purchase our cows. I think we're just going to go right into milking cows, so we'll purchase some cows that are of age to be milked right away. I know that's definitely the more expensive way to go, but we also don't really have time to, you know, grow a herd from scratch, so yeah. It's one of those. We do have some beefers going out here at some point this year. I don't even know how old those steers are at this point. Not super old, but once we do that, we'll use that money to get into, or to invest back into dairy cows, I think. So we're kind of just switching up the whole operation, going from beef to dairy. And then we'll just raise our steers, our dairy steers, our Holstein steers, or whatever we choose to. I've been looking into what type of cow we might want to milk. It's either the Swiss or the Holstein. Not exactly sure yet. Obviously, Holstein is known for their milking prejudice. Not prejudice, prestige. Prejudice. Yeah, so there's me just rambling on again about a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, this job is going to take a little bit, but it's going to be nice. It's going to be some nice acreage right here to add. Nice big, I mean, it's not huge, but it's some nice long passes here east and west. So it's getting a little bit dark now at this point. You can probably flip on the front lights. Tomorrow we got to get to drilling. It's the last day of the month. We are late on getting our spring cereal crops drilled. It's just been a busy month trying to get tree lines down and all that kind of stuff, and transitioning into this other farm and all that stuff. So anyway, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Not sure how much we'll get done here. Don't even think we probably won't even get done. Maybe we'll have Bobby start on this tomorrow morning, whatever I don't get done. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the morning. Morning, guys. Just getting some machines moved right now. This is our new drill. Very nice drill. 455. It's a 3-section drill. I was actually planning on going with which drill here? Let's see. With this drill from WVFakeFarmer, good friend of the channel. But I just felt like with what we got going on now with the dairy operation, we got to get stuff done a bit quicker. I think this could be still overkill for the amount of cereal crops that we actually are running, but again, yeah, we got to get stuff done. We don't want to be too rushed for time, because now we have to figure in a lot more baling and grass cutting and all that stuff, as well as chopping silage at some point. And it's just more, feeding cows. It's just more work. We're gonna get this hooked up to the deer for now. The MX is still in the shop, unfortunately. It's weird because it comes up with a message that it's done with maintenance, but you still can't use it. I don't know. It's a very strange mod that I don't fully understand right now. Although now, we were gonna plan on mowing with that tractor, so we're gonna have to unhook the drill again. So we can get the mower out. So we're gonna do some mowing this morning. Nice big old combine. Don't you just love it? I'm so excited to run this thing this year. Just such an upgrade. The interior of it, look how much comfier this is. I'm just gonna get it really just right out of the way. And I guess we could go get the new case. It just means we gotta drive down to the farm and get it and haul it back. But I think that's actually a good idea, because then we can hook the deer. Yeah, we can hook the deer up to the baler. Leave that on the baler for now, because yeah, we still have the baler monitor in there and all that good stuff, so we'll keep the 8100 on the baler. Is the truck in the... Where is the truck? Where's my truck at? Am I missing something? Truck was down at the other farm. We never brought it back. So we need to get that back here at some point so I can have a vehicle. But got the tractor we were looking for at least. Looks like Bobby's having some issues. We'll get him sorted, and then we'll get to mowing. We are going. Getting the end row knocked out now, kind of going the opposite direction from what we've been going, and then turn back around and start going clockwise again. But that's how we like to mow. We usually start by driving in this row with the mower in this one, and then get a few done, and then we'll come back and get this one. So it's a little bit wet there. We're gonna lift up. Stay out of that wet grass for now. We're gonna do one more pass around, I think. Might actually do two more just to make it easier on the rake. The rake does two rows at a time. So that would make more sense to maybe just do 6 total passes. Give us a little bit more room to turn around as well, which will be nice. Always nice to have more room than not. Especially when you have to swing so wide with a mower like this. Yeah, this tractor's working really good, actually. I like this one. I have no idea where it's from, guys. I've gotten some comments on the last video. I don't know. It was sent to me. I don't know where it came from, unfortunately. I know that's probably not very good of me to do, but yeah, I just don't know. And also, I realized that we have wheat in there. I do not remember ever planting wheat. I don't remember that at all in this field next to us. So I guess we do have some winter wheat. We're still going to drill a field of oats, I think. Yeah. But unfortunately, that just means we're going to have 3 different crops that we're going to have to store, which isn't very logistical minded of us, because we only have 4 bins to use. So once again, we're going to have to sell, even if we do store them, we're going to have to sell them at a reduced price anyway. I guess it's not as reduced as what it would be coming straight off the field, but it's still, I don't know, not that smart of us, I suppose. But I'm happy that we actually got a field of winter wheat in. Honestly, if I would have known that, I probably would have held off on buying the drill until next year and just went with that field of wheat and the barley field that we have. I think that would have been plenty. And because honestly, the only reason that we actually run cereal crops is for the straw anyway. And we're going to need quite a bit of straw for bedding for these cows. And I think we're also going to put it into our mix a little bit as well. So yeah, it's one of those. It'd be kind of nice to maybe feed the cereal crops, put it into our feed mix. I wouldn't be super upset about that. And I'm also considering taking out Maize Plus in this save. I mean, we probably are going to be taking out Maize Plus because the silos that we're using are Pleasance silos and those aren't set up for Maize Plus. But we will continue to use animal food additions, so the feed amount will still be pretty increased. Just won't be as insane as Maize Plus is. So, I know a lot of you like the fact that I use Maize Plus because it kind of feels a little bit more hardcore and realistic and stuff, but I think this is still a little bit more of a casual series than our other ones, so gotta kind of think about that as well. So yeah, I think it would actually be kind of nice to be able to use the wheat and the barley as a part of our TMR mix. Maybe we do hay, silage, a little bit of straw, and maybe some cereal crop in there. I think that would be kind of nice. I was doing a little bit of logistical thinking here before we started recording today. And I was looking at the fields and what we might end up putting in these fields. This field here, I think we're going to do corn on corn again, but this is going to be silage corn. This map doesn't have silage corn itself, but we're going to make this as a silage corn field, so that's going to be... We're not going to combine that one, we're going to chop it. So, sorry for the quick silence there, I was focusing on getting the mower swung. So yeah, that's what that is going to be. Of course, Bobby is having issues again. I don't know why. This field is kind of very oddly shaped. It wouldn't be... I honestly wouldn't mind eventually taking this tree line out as well. And maybe combining this one into this one. That would kind of make it a little bit easier on the guys, on the workers to navigate this little peninsula there. But we did our one field combining already for the year, so that's all we ever have time for. That's why I kind of wish that we had February. It would be nice. So I might look into that a little bit as well. See if we can kind of mess with the weather XML a little bit. See if we can maybe give ourselves another month, another off-season month at least, to get some things done. So yeah, we're gonna keep going at this. Hopefully we're done by noon, fingers crossed, and hopefully we can actually use the MX to start drilling some oats. It's very tempted to try and resell that drill. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just don't know if that... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that drill is what we want right now. You know? Because I'm honestly thinking that next year we upgrade some tractors, So like upgrade the MX into maybe a newer, bigger tractor that can run like a... Oh, those are some nice used market items. But like a tractor that can run like an air drill. Like this one, like a 275 horse air drill. You know, either whether it be a deer or a case or whatever. So, I mean, our biggest tractor right now is 280, and that's the big green, the 87 or whatever it is. And I don't know if I want to run that. I don't know if I want to drill a crop with that tractor. It just doesn't seem like. I don't know. I need my technology in my tractors, and I feel like that would just be a pain to try and get a bunch of monitors installed and such and that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do, but yeah. I think I jumped the gun a little bit on that drill, but I felt like I needed it because we needed another cereal crop. But then when we were looking at our fields this morning, I realized that we have wheat. So I don't know what we'll do, but maybe we'll throw it up for sale on Discord and see what we can get. If anybody needs it, or I don't know. I doubt the dealership's gonna rebuy it, but we'll figure it out. So, and that will give us an extra 60,000 back in the account that we're gonna need, because we do need to buy some heads for the combine. We need to. I'd still like to upgrade into semi truck here at some point as well. So there's some things that we'd like to do yet, but with 67,000, I don't really feel like we have that luxury. So anyway, ramble over. We'll get this finished up, and I'll catch you guys once we start getting drilling. If we do it. I'm still not sure yet. Alrighty, so we are up here at the new farm, getting some bales loaded into the new hoop barn bale shed, I guess you could call it, with the recently purchased skid steer. So I actually thought that this was a see if we can make this work without everything going haywire. I did think that this was an auto-loading bale storage, but it is not. And that's okay. That is a struggle. It's been a while since we've really done some manual loading. I'm rusty, apparently. But yeah, so this isn't actually this is not a auto-loading bale storage, which is okay. We'll just do, we have the time, I guess, for a little bit of actual bale handling. Every now and then, you know, go back to our roots. That's been a while. So we're storing our straw here that sits, or that was sitting at the main farm. So we don't really need that much anymore. We'll leave a few there, but honestly, that small calf pen hasn't even been producing manure anyway, and I don't know why. Maybe I just need to replace the manure pit thing that I placed next to it down or something. I don't know, but it does look like Bobby has finished baling. Him and I were working on rowing and or raking, I guess, the grass pasture that we just mowed, and he was following in the baler, was running the Massey on the rake, and then after that we took this pickup truck and brought some bales down. So 2 more to move, and then we'll head back. Bill is actually right across the road here in that big cornfield, cultivating that right now for us. Fitting that one because we're going to put beans in it. Or no, we're not putting beans in there. We're going corn on corn in that one. But we're going to do silage corn in that one. Again, it's not actual silage corn. It's not like there's two different corn types that I'm adding, or I'm not adding a whole different corn type, but it's just corn that we are going to designate for chopping. Which also means we really do need a chopper at some point. And I'm not exactly sure what we'll get yet, but we are going to get something, whether it be a pull type or a self-propelled chopper, I don't know. Certainly won't be anything massive by any means, because we just don't have that much ground that we really need to chop right now. We probably will start doing some haylage, or I guess grass silage at some point. Probably not haylage. There's Bill across the road. Well, he just snuck in behind the tree over there, that island over there, I think, to turn around. Yeah, so he's working this ground right now for us, fitting it. Looking good. Need to put some fuel in the pickup. But yeah, we're gonna get a few more loads, maybe just even one more load of straw bales, and then we'll be good to go. Oh yeah, when we did we did sell the drill. So the dealership said they'd take it back, but they're not gonna pay what they paid for, or what we paid for it. So we lost like 10 grand on that. Yeah, I know. It just a very poor decision on my part, just due to not planning. Essentially, poor planning on my part. So yeah, that's on me. But I was willing to do it because we do need that money. We really do. We need that money back. So yeah, we're not doing any drilling. We're just gonna stick with the barley that we have and the wheat that we have, and go from there. I think that should be plenty of straw. Should be plenty to use in our feed mix, our TMR mix as well, I hope. Just smacking some bales with the pickup truck, whatever. No biggie, you know. Are these ones too small? That's my question. Why aren't you picking up? Are we too far out? And look at that backing up skill. Random bale fall right there. Alright. So yeah, we'll leave these smaller ones here, I think. And we'll just haul these big ones over and use these. Again, we don't have any cattle at this farm yet anyway. It's something that we're just working towards. That plan is to have them by the midsummer, like June, July. Especially because that's the time that we're going to be selling our beans off, and that's when we're probably going to have some money to actually purchase our cows, because we're going to go straight into them. We're going straight into milking cows. We're not starting from scratch essentially with calves or anything. We're going right into it. So yeah, we'll get this job done, and I think we'll probably be all set till tomorrow. We might get some of those grass bales off so we can feed those to the cattle that we have. But you guys have seen that plenty of times, so we'll probably just catch you guys tomorrow once we start doing some bean planting. So welcome into April. We were just down at the big field getting this finished up. Getting that finished up with the cultivator. Bobby had a late start this morning, so he just got here and he's gonna take over running this big beast in the field here right next to the new field here next to the farm. So this one here just to our north. So we'll park this up here. We got to get the trailer hooked up, and we're gonna go grab some seed up at the dealership quick so we can get planting. So we'll just leave this here for him and he can take it when he's ready. You can see this field desperately needs it. He's probably gonna have to get some fuel in this little girl as well. She's dirty though. Look at her. Ain't she a beaut? She's a beauty. Alright. Yeah, so we do have a pallet or two sitting out already, ready to go, but we're gonna need much more than 2 pellets of seed for planting. So we're gonna walk over here and grab the old pickup truck, get the trailer hooked up, and we'll go load some seed uptown. Alright. So the seed guy's actually out of town right now on a delivery. He said just take this forklift and load them up myself if I need to. Usually we have him deliver our seed to the farm, but again he's out of town, so he said if we're in desperate need he'll leave them out for us, the seed that we ordered, and we can load right up. So that is what we're doing. Because we do need this seed. Don't want to be waiting until, said probably tomorrow. So we got planting to do. Got to get her done, and we save a little bit of cost here by just doing it ourselves, which isn't always a bad thing. Curious if I can get 3 on here. Can we go 3 wide here? It's going to be slightly difficult to get these pallets on where the wheel hubs are. Well, it's going to be very heavy in the front. Shoot. Yeah. And it's going to be tricky to get it off that way too. So maybe we'll go... I know this is super whack. Super janky. But we're just going to put 1 on the back to try and distribute the weight slightly. Not the best trailer to be using for seed deliveries. Alrighty, there we go. So we'll do this. We're going to put the straps on them quick. Maybe. Is there straps right here that we can use? Really 2 straps on this, okay? Interesting indeed. He'll make it a little bit easier for getting them off. There we go, and then we'll just leave the forklift right here. And we'll throw this strap on. There we go. And we'll take her back to the farm. Slow and steady. So we're headed up to the first fields that we're going to plant with beans this year. These two fields were obviously in corn last year because our rotation is that we put our whatever was in corn goes into beans, because pretty much the nitrogen in the soil is pretty much depleted and we don't need nitrogen for beans, so it just kind of saves on some costs there. There's no reason to put beans into soil that's been nicely fertilized. So, or you could, I mean, you could think of it the other way too, that you could put corn into bean ground that's been, because that helps the nitrogen a little bit, but a lot of the time we put, I mean, some of our corn ground does go into bean ground, but a lot of the time we put wheat into our bean ground as well, because it just helps the wheat. So, gonna get them folded here. We'll get going. Just a little refresher, we do like to run our headlands first, just so we know where we're going. We found that we don't, that driving over the headland that's been planted, it doesn't really affect the growth of the beans that much, so it's just easier to do it that way. Alright, let's drop her down and see how it goes. Looking pretty good to me. Maybe once Rev figures out how to do multi-terrain angle on this map, I'll have him help me do it. He can do the hard work with figuring it out. I know he said in one of his previous videos that he did try, but I haven't tried. I haven't even tried to look, but I'm just being lazy, and I want the easy version instead of watching an hour and a half long Farmer Bob video. You know me. So Rev, once you get that figured out, make sure to hit me up if you're watching. I know you watch quite a few. Yeah, good old planting. We're going. It's planting season. Year 5. It's crazy. It is crazy. And it's kind of crazy to think that we've kind of set a goal for ourselves to finish planting. Obviously we want to finish planting. Finish this challenge by year 10. So we're like halfway. Which is wild to me. We're closing in on episode 50. That is also nuts. The fact that this series has had that much staying power is pretty nuts to me. But that's because you guys continue to support it. I mean, the fact that you guys continue to watch this series it keeps me really motivated to keep going on it. It really does. And now that we have like the whole new dairy operation that we're going to be moving into, it kind of feels like a nice reset for the series as well. So I'm really looking forward to incorporating that part. I mean, it is going to slow down the series a little bit, but because there's a lot more jobs to do now. We're gonna have to chop, and we're gonna have to feed and all that stuff. We're gonna do a lot more baling and mowing and all that stuff. It's a lot more work than just arable. And just running a few beef cows too. It's a lot more work, so that's all right. We'll make it work, and hopefully you guys continue to enjoy it. Once we're done planting these 2 fields, we have to spread some urea on the corn ground to kind of top up the fertilizer. It's kind of a new thing we're doing right now, or this year with the farm, because we want to get a little bit more fertilizer in the ground before planting, just to get that to help start the crop a little bit. And then we're going to still top dress it later on with the sprayer. So we'll be doing that. And then I think Bill is going to show up at some point to start running the cultivator, and I think Bobby will probably come take over planting on that big field that we just came from fitting this morning, just across from the dairy farm. Just picking up little tidbits here and there. A lot of you guys know that I'm a farmhand myself, you know, just seasonal. This is actually my first year. So I did 2 years of just helping in the fall during harvest, and this is actually my first year now of helping in the spring. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited about it. We had our first day planting this last week, which is cool. Let's set our GPS line right here. And I was just running tender truck most of the time. Oops, didn't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Come on, old girl, get into gear. I'll help you out. So yeah, it was cool. I mean, the whole urea thing is a little tidbit that I picked up just from real farming. So we don't do anhydrous on the farm that I work on. I know a lot of guys around here do anhydrous, but we don't. We just spread urea on all of our corn ground before we start planting it, and then the 2 big 60-foot cultivators come in and fit the field behind the spreader. And so the spreader's really kind of the first thing that goes over the corn ground. Then it was also pretty cool later that evening, after we got done spreading, after nutrient shut down and we couldn't get any more fertilizer, I ran the sprayer tender truck up to the field, the guy that was running the sprayer, and I was just chatting with him a little bit and asking him what they were putting on. And because it was gonna rain that evening, which actually it started raining a little bit as we were kind of finishing up, they put like this really like thick stuff. It's almost like a molasses texture, really thick, but it's mixed with all sorts of water, and I don't know the name of it, but it's supposed to like seal in the ground almost, and it only works if it's mixed with like rainwater, or just, you know, it needs to be rained on to kind of incorporate with the ground. But you put that on after you plant, and it kind of seals the ground from weeds, which is really interesting. It's interesting how like certain things can almost be like choosy. You can be choosy about like what crops it's gonna seal out, you know, because it doesn't affect the corn itself or the beans or whatever you're spraying it on. So it's really interesting. So yeah, just picking up little things here and there. I love taking it and implementing it into our videos and just to add that extra bit of realism. And yeah, I mean, the height of the channel when we were running the Midwest Dairy series, I was kind of helping out a buddy on his dairy farm, and I was picking up all sorts of stuff, and I was implementing that into that series, and just, yeah, and that's, I feel like those little things are just things that help the realism on these series a little bit, and helps, I think you guys enjoy that. So anyway, now that I've rambled on for far too long about that, we're gonna keep the hammer down here, planting. She's going good so far. We'll overlap some crop here a little bit. We can stay on our GPS row. And we'll head down to the end. We'll pick up here. We're gonna head down to the end. And then we'll make just straight passes. Flip our GPS lines on quick, just so we know where we need to be. I know this isn't the most ultra realistic series, but it's still how I like to play the game, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna implement the things when we can. There we go, we're on track, so we're gonna layer down and keep on planting these row beans. I'm thinking eventually we might actually end up going into a little bit narrower spacing on our beans if we ever get like a air drill type of thing, like the deer drill, you know what I'm talking about, the popular one that everybody uses. Thinking about using that for beans as well, so then we can kind of, I mean, the more land we get and stuff, we're probably going to start planting beans and corn at the same time, just so we can get it done. So, and honestly, a lot of the time these planters aren't actually set up to run corn and beans. It's kind of tricky sometimes to just switch a planter over that quick, like we do in Farm Sim, but yeah, so I think we might end up, if my plan goes correct next year, I would like to get a nice big drill. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. But anyway, we'll catch you guys once we're in the next field. Alrighty, we just got done with our first up-down pass. Let's see Bobby there. Across the railroad tracks. Getting the cultivating done, the field fitting. It's fitting them fields. Looking good. Looking like it's gonna be ready to go for beans. So we're gonna go into, yeah, we'll probably go down the road to that field that we were in this morning, finishing up, and then we'll come back and plant that one. Or no, because we're going to go corn in that one. So yeah, we'll just go right next door here after this one and plant beans in there. And that's going to be it, actually, for bean planting. I think that's all of our bean fields. While we run with GPS, we can just look real quick. So we're going beans, beans, beans. Let's see. Wheat was in here, so we're gonna go corn in here. I think we're going corn in here. Corn down here. Or no, that's grass, sorry. Corn here. Silage corn here. So yeah. And then this one I think we're gonna try and figure out, because this was a combined field. So we're gonna try and figure out what we're actually gonna do there. I'm thinking we're probably going to go corn because that's honestly the most profitable crop. Even though that field was corn last year. but the other half was in grass, so it's just a pasture field. So I feel like it will actually be pretty decent for putting corn into. So yeah, I think we're gonna do that. So we'll go corn, corn, corn. Which really is not that much corn ground, to be honest with you. For like arable crop, that's really not a ton of corn ground. I don't really know what's going on here with this field. But it's not our field, so I don't really care. Corn, 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 corn. So we have 5 fields of corn. Not as much as last year, because we had the 2 big, huge fields of corn. So definitely a lot more corn planting to do, but, you know, it's usually how it is. Because we do have to factor in the corn that we're going to chop. So after planting season, we're probably going to go right into cutting the new grass field. And we're probably going to chop that and put it into one of the stave silos to get going for fermenting. So we can get some silage cooking up for the dairy cow acquisition. And then, yeah, I think we're probably going to start looking at actually acquiring some cows. So we do want the wheat, because I think we are going to add a little bit of grain to their mixed ration. So that's just going to take a little bit of XML editing on my part, which is pretty easy. But we're going to do barley and wheat as an option for the cows to eat. Just a filler. And we'll probably do some mineral feed in there as well as silage and hay. Once we have the option of doing both grass silage and corn silage, we'll probably do a little bit. I know Pleasant does that too. I don't think he really has to, but just, you know, it's another little piece of quote-unquote realism, I guess. Adds a little bit to their mix. So we'll tweak it, play with that a little bit, and then yeah, that'll work good for the cows. So. And Bridget, she's raring and ready to go to be the main girl on the dairy operation. She's going to be our main milker and kind of just taking care of most of the everyday operations over there. We'll probably be doing some feeding. We'll probably be in charge of most of that, but she's really going to be involved with those cows. So it was kind of a good idea to get her on last year and kind of get familiarized with the farm and all that, and she'll be helping run silage wagons and all that kind of stuff too when we're chopping. And so yeah, she's going to be really involved with the dairy cows, the dairy side of things. So, but that's going to be it for the episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the channel and this series. It's awesome. I know it was a little bit late and not on the usual Sunday, but it's going to happen sometimes. So thank you to G-Portal for sponsoring the video in this channel. We do appreciate you. Eventually we'll really get into utilizing that G-Portal server, hopefully. It's a lot of work to get going. Maybe I need to appoint somebody, if somebody was willing to take over that operation, to start running the servers. But yeah, anyway, so thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it, and we'll catch you in the next one.